What's up, friends of the good mood? This is Manni and welcome to the Vsec auto farming fleet tutorial on tier 3. So we're this time farming the level 37 Vsec fleets, not the level 40s. We won't be able to do that with these Rancor battleships, but we're still using the same auto insta ranks with the Gladius Driver Mark IIs. And if you need a little bit of help getting those Rancor battleships Mark IIs, no problem, guys. I'm going to work on the next video episode on how to farm them as easy as humanly possible. Look at this. Boom, 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 boom. And look to the left, how many of those boxes we get during the battalion supply runs, okay? So this will be the next episode, basically episode 7 of my auto farming fleet tutorials, which then covers the crafting fleets, okay? But this time we put a Genesis cruiser in the middle. We're gonna need it because these fleets are really special, and KIXEYE put in a lot of thought to make these fleets basically not work in auto mode, okay? And I show you why. But before we do that, let's have a look at the blueprints. So, tier 1 and 2 of the Vsec fleets we already covered in episode 5, which represents the first episode of the Vsec farming tutorials, and now we have tier 3. And there's some pretty heavy stuff in here. For instance, the best anti-base sniper defense weapon you can have on your base, except for the AP driver turret, which is an event item. So the Gladius Driver III is really important when it comes to defending yourself from incoming sniper attacks, okay? The Echo Ray 2, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the most used and best weapons on ships using energy weapon types in the game, basically. And also here you get the Midgard carrier, which is your first carrier if you're starting the game, and it does not only carry 2 squadrons, it also is relatively easy to mark up, and it also allows you to get the agility support field, which accelerates your ships in PvP later. Very important. Creeper torpedo turret for the base is not something I was using ever, but the net torpedo level 2 is a very common weapon on battleships, for instance, to keep enemies at bay and make them slower, so they cannot pursue you as good as well. Seco missiles level 3 are not often being used because they just have too much weight considering what little damage buff they have compared to the level 2 version. And the AP driver turret level 2 here, not turret, I'm sorry, the AP driver level 2 here is, on the other hand, a really interesting one because it already offers a good amount of damage output. The weight isn't that ridiculously much, and yeah, it comes into play sometimes in PvP. So those blueprints are all the ones you can get here. The most important ones to me are the Midgard carrier, the Gladius Driver turret, and the net torpedo level 2 and the Echo Ray level 2. So those are the top line, basically, except for the creeper torpedo, is what you would want to get here. Very important things. So let's get right into the part where I explain you why these fleets are so difficult to auto fight, okay, and why they can never be fought in complete auto mode without having to give a few orders. Alright guys, here is our victim, the level 37 Vsec fleets that we are going to fight with this, okay? And I'm not exaggerating, guys, when I'm telling you I really spent 4 to 5 hours figuring out the right commands in the beginning. Holy crap, because those fleets are so tricky. The fact that those cruisers are located so far outside, and the fact that they want to fly around your fleet, makes all your ships bunch up in the beginning, where they get completely annihilated by those penetrating AP drivers from the Lance Destroyers. It's crazy. So we had to counter the effect of our ships being wanting to bunch up in the middle, and we do that by selecting the top 2 Rancor battleships here and placing them on this inner range arc, the first one a little bit to the right of it, you can see here, and here on the other side we do exactly the same, you see. Once again we use the minimal or maximum range arcs, in this case the minimal range arc, as an indicator to where to place the ship's location marker, okay? And but that's not it. That only covers or counters the effect of the ships wanting to bunch up all the time. Now we need that one cruiser. That one cruiser is so important. It's crucial, basically. So what we do is we select it and have a nice indicator over here with the maximum range arc of this one Corinthian cruiser right there. We click it right there where it ends, and that's all we have to do. Now we can exit the battle and it will all do everything on its own, but that's what we have to do, okay? I know it's a lot of clicking, I'm sorry guys, but there's just no other way. This fleet, it's like KIXEYE sat down for 2 months just trying to figure out how to make it as difficult as possible to auto these fleets. And this is as best as we can get it here. Keep in mind that we're using the Metaphase shield level 1 in this video footage right here, okay? Later on, I'm going to show you alternatives that also work with the regular shields level 2. No problem, you will be done. You will be getting that done. It's not a problem, okay? Just see that what an important job that one cruiser is doing up there. You see that? This is crazy. It pulls away all those destroyers and makes it waste so much bullets, or not bullets, so much potential shots that would deal so much damage, while our Rancor battleships are approaching in from 2 different directions and yeah, completely annihilating them now from behind. So, and even the cruiser is still alive too. Even if something would go wrong here, the cruiser is still armed with the Hex missiles and the Hydra missiles, so it would still be able to take out that fleet. Sometimes the cruiser does not survive, but it's not a problem because the Rancor battleships usually do the job on their own. You can see here also during a riot you would get almost 3,000 loot points for this, with a free instant repair with Rancor battleships. I mean, that's awesome. And also the fleet has around 3.7, almost 3.8 million resources inside, and we also collected 434,000, so we're having more than 4 million resources in those Vsec fleets also. Now let's go and check out the repair. And this right here is the repair, as always, a few minutes, but without a problem, since every single one of those ships has a free instant repair on their own, okay? And keep in mind that if you don't find enough level 37 fleets, then you can just farm any other Vsec fleets on the path also. Level 35, 33, level 30, no problem. And you will never attract a level 40 Vsec fleet because the level of this fleet is too low for that. So it's awesome. You can just make it sit somewhere and, well, it's not going to attract the level 37 Vsec on their own. So if you want to AFK farm a little bit, you can also do it and just make them sit next to the gates, and they will track the Vsec fleets on their own and take them out. Pretty cool. Alright, here we are with the alternative version that uses the Deflector shields level 2 on the Rancor battleships now. Let's see. The beginning is always this. Oh, that wasn't the right click. Okay. And you're going here. And here you can perfectly see the splash ability, that little splash effect of the Gladius Driver, allowing it to hit multiple ships at the same time. So this would be the thing you can do. If you don't have the Metaphase shield level 1, then you can just use the Shock shield level 2, which sometimes fails you, or you use the Deflector shield level 2, which makes it in I'd say at least 99% of all cases, okay? So, yeah, we finally have it after hours. And because I know you will be interested to see if this also works against level 40 Vsec, here's an example of how it's probably not going to work. Yeah, but the beginning looks pretty much the same. The thing is just the cruisers have too much hit points. It takes too long to get them down, and also these destroyers, they deal even more damage in level 40. So if we are to use this tactic against level 40 Vsec fleets, then you have to do it in 2 hits. In 2 hits, you can probably do it, okay? Then you might have to figure out the second hit a little, maybe you give it extra order or something, but I think, and I'm fairly certain that in 2 hits you can do it very well. It's just not possible in 1 hit with these insta Rancor battleships that have no repair time, basically. Yeah. We got everything down except for the cruiser here, which might even die still. Let's see. Does it die? No. Oh god, look look at that big pile of blue crap flying towards our battleships. We still got a couple of points, but we didn't get the fleet. And here we are once again with my usual documents. Vsec Tier 3 Blueprint Half Auto Farming Fleet Low to Medium Level Tech. This time we don't have 6 Rancor battleships, we have 5 of them with 1 Genesis Decoy. And those battleships are Mark II, as you could see there in the box formation. The Mark II rank fittings are Deflector Shield Level 2, or better yet, Metaphase Shield Level 1 if you have it. Iridium Magnets Level 2, Strafe Thrusters III, Plasteel Armor I, Gladius Driver I twice, Gladius Driver II twice. The Genesis Decoy is fitted as followed: Shockwave Shield Level 2, or better yet, Metaphase Shield Level 1, Rear Thrusters 3. Now, if you're using Shockwave Shield Level 2, then you can use Plasteel Armor. Oops, there's Plasteel. Alright, then you can use Plasteel Armor 1. If you're using the Metaphase Shield Level 1, then you have to use no armor, okay? Hydra Missiles 1 and Hex Missiles 1 is also on that thing. Fleet characteristics is build time for the entire fleet, around 2 days, individual ship repair below 5 minutes, so free instant repair, and around 430,000 resources collected. Module requirements are Bridge 4, Fleet Bay 8, Ship Factory 5, Ship Lab 5, Tech Lab 6, Arms Lab 8. And in terms of research or blueprints, you need the Hydra Missile level 1, or you just use more Hex Missiles if you don't have them for whatever reason. Then you use the Gladius Driver level 1 and the Gladius Driver level 2. In order to use those, you need the Rail Driver 1, 2, and 3 researched, the Gauss Driver 1, 2, and 3 researched, and the Mass Driver 1 and 2 also. The Iridium Magnets level 1 and 2, Strafe Thrusters 1, 2, and 3, Rancor Battleship, and the Rancor Mark upgrade needs to be researched as well. My advice, build yourself at least 2 of those fleets and operate them at the same time. Have a cargo fleet nearby to pick up the resources, use the tag fleet function in order to find the fleets you're looking for, and share resources with your alliance members, which I always find important. The next important steps for the future tutorial videos would be, when there's a chance for you to get the Metaphase shield, as usual, get it and build it onto all your ships if possible. Build yourself around 6 broadsword destroyers, yes, right, and get those broadsword destroyers to be Mark III. And research phase projectiles as high as possible. Now, about the about the Mark upgrades, the same way, like this tutorial that is coming to farm yourself the Rancor battleships and Venom battleship Mark upgrades, you can use the same strategy to also farm yourself the broadsword destroyer very quickly, okay? So it's no problem at all. Frequently asked questions, does it work against Vsec level 40? As you could see here in this video, also not in 1 hit, but probably in 2. Does it work against crafting fleets? Yes, all planetary crafting fleets can be done with this, some in full auto mode and some very, few one in half auto with the strafing command. So yeah, and as usual guys, if you found this video helpful and you would like to help me too and become part of our little community here, then you could visit the link in the video description to get to the Patreon page, see where we're at and how much, what the next goals is and what your personal rewards are that I came up with in order to thank you personally, and also watch all the early access videos before they go public. Here you can see patrons only, it's gonna be released in a few days and patrons can already enjoy it. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and comment down below, and if you haven't already, hit subscribe as brutal as a man can hit for more. Thanks for bearing with me. You guys are awesome as always. Manni-Gaming signing off. Bye bye.